Hey there, and welcome to this Scalyr tech tutorial on another brand new feature, Google Data Studio. I'm Joel Mora, I'm a TAM at Scalyr, and I've been working with the platform and ecosystem for a long time, and GDS and other third-party BI tools are so much fun and simple to work with. GDS is a powerful BI tool that is simple and intuitive to get going, and Scalyr's PowerQuery's integration is simple to set up, and you can start visualizing your data within 5 minutes. So with that, let's get into a demo. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Google Data Studio, and we're going to open up a blank report. And in Google Data Studio, this is going to pop up here. So the way to get to that is just add data, and you're going to type in Scalyr. Select Scalyr PowerQueries, and then we need a little bit of information. So we need the region, the API key, and then the Power Query that we're going to be using. So the first thing we'll get is the read API key. So let's go into our Scalyr account, and then we're going to paste that here. And then Scalyr region. So I'm in the US region here. You can tell by the URL. So if you're app.scalyr.com, you're in the US. If you're eu.scalyr.com, you're in the EU. And then the last thing that we're going to need is a Power Query. So I find it easiest to do the Power Query in Scalyr. So let's move back to Scalyr. Let's go to search and let's go to Power Queries here. So the goal here is, first of all, what a Power Query is going to do is it's going to allow you to generate a table. That's all a Power Query does, is generate a table. Generates a table. And one thing that we want to keep in mind as we're doing this is we want to limit the amount of API calls that are going back into the Scalyr server. As you're building on top of the Scalyr API, you just want to keep in mind performance and the amount of times that you're going to be calling the server. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in access log data. And so I have this Power Query pre-computed. And what this is going to do is it's going to take every server host that we have, and then it's going to get the latency of requests. It's going to get the successes, the errors, and then for the latency, it's also going to get the mean, median, and P95, and also the count. So this whole table here is going to be imported directly into Google Data Studio. And then from there, we're going to derive other metrics from that. And that is how we're going to build our dashboard. So we're going to bring as much data in as we possibly can, and then we're going to display it. So let's bring our Power Query in here. And we should see the data that's coming in. So there's a few things that we're going to want to do. So the dashboard that we're going to build is a red dashboard. So what that is just a really basic way to monitor a system. And so R stands for requests. So we'll click on the data tab here on the chart. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to derive a metric from this. So we're just going to get the sum of count here. So basically this is the count of all events for each server host. And we're just going to get the sum of this column here. And there we go. So this is the total number of requests that are coming in for all servers. And now we're going to do the same thing with errors. So we're going to get the sum of errors. And then we're going to get the average duration. Now let's add a chart to break this down a little bit more. So let's add a pie chart. So it's going to be about requests. So for this one, we're going to get the sum of count by each server host. And that's what we have here, just automatically or by default. And then we're going to do another one. And this one's going to be errors, and it's going to be by server host. And then our last one's going to be latency. And we'll add just a different visualization there. We'll do the average latency by server host. Then we can just remove this table here. And that's how you would do a basic visualization with some Scalyr PowerQuery data in Google Data Studio. So there's obviously a lot more that you could do with this, and this is a very simple use case with just request errors and duration. But depending on your specific application and the different metrics that you want to monitor, you can start seeing how powerful this can start to be. You could also splice it with a bunch of different other systems, so you can build really robust dashboards from multiple data sources. So Google Data Studio is really cool, and it's just another use case for the agnostic event data store that Scalyr offers. So with that, my name is Joel Mora, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.